The Santa Maria Valley hugs the central coast of California, and it is a fertile area of old farms and new wineries. Riverbench Vineyards is a bushel basket of both.
Originally, this property was a dairy farm.
It was?
Kind of very different from what it is today.
Different indeed. This beautiful tasting room was once the living room in the original 1920s farmhouse. And where the vines grow now, hay was once grown to feed the herd of dairy cows. It was a time of milk and cookies instead of wine and cheese. It wasn't until the early 1970s that this farm went from Guernseys to grapes.
Riverbench was planted in 1973, and we always sold grapes to other winemakers, and in 2006 decided to make our own little portfolio of wines.
Who did this?
4 local families. They're all from Santa Maria and grew up nearby, so this is a pretty historic property for them.
Riverbench was one of the first wineries in the area, and at one point in the 1980s was owned by Beringer Wines. Today, it's one of more than about 20 wineries stretching across the Santa Maria area and on south. Some others you might recognize include the Fess Parker Winery and one of our all-time favorites, Bridalwood, which we visited several years ago. If you don't know the area, we're about an hour north of Santa Barbara. And after several personal visits to the area, I can tell you I haven't been disappointed yet at any of the wineries.
Well, you can see we've already gotten very comfortable here at Riverbench, and how could you not? The beautiful grounds on the outside, and I love the farmhouse, 1928, and this is the original craftsman-style farmhouse of the original property. But I will tell you that if you are still sipping and reading after dark, they will ask you to come back tomorrow. But I can also tell you it's worth coming back again and again.
Yep, the winery is that comfortable, and the wine is that good. And just as the sign says, the wine pairs nicely with good friends.
What makes this such great wine country?
You're actually standing in an ancient riverbed.
Really?
So this is all alluvial soil made of sand and fossils.
From great floods over many centuries,
Exactly.
thousands of years?
Yeah, and what you see behind me is the Riverbench. There's actually still a river there, but in the old days, this was actually all water. So that's why it's such a great area for growing grapes, because you get the cool ocean breezes, it keeps it very temperate, and this soil is ideal for growing grapevines.
Of course we have to do some tasting. This is Lynn, our editor, and you're going with?
Chardonnay.
Going with Chardonnay. I always say the proof is in the Pinot. And Laura, I'm told that the Pinot Noir is really one of the favorites here.
We're equally proud of both our Chardonnays and Pinot Noirs, but I have to agree with you. The Pinot Noir is my favorite as well.
And all the grapes come from right here.
Everything's from our estate vineyard right here in Santa Maria.
Well, it's been a great visit. So, shall we say cheers? And we will meet again. We'll be right back.